Alright, welcome Night Owls, Lord Chris here, or just Chris if you want to call me Chris. And anyone new watching, thank you for watching. I'm making this video I know it shows a video game, but I'm not actually going to play the game. I need to explain some things with DoorDash that's going on right now. And the main thing I want to talk about really is for you customers. I don't think you customers understand really how delivery works, or at least how DoorDash delivery works. Um, I am running into this way, way too often, and this is so sad and unfortunate. But it's infuriating. It's upsetting. It's frustrating. But listen, customers, you gotta understand. If you guys don't tip us, we don't make money. So the fact is, we rely on you. Now, I want to give you an example. Um, Now, how DoorDash works is you do a certain zone, and sometimes the zone is big, sometimes it's a little bit smaller, but all in all, everything depends on like how busy that area is. So, as an example, I mean, I live in Kansas City, so I try to do the Gladstone, Kansas City area. But if you were to go just to the northeast of me, that's Liberty, it's a little bit smaller of a zone, but that area is just so crammed with so many businesses and so many cars and so much traffic that it takes a lot longer, especially during dinner hours for you customers, to really get anywhere we need to go. So I want to make things clear. Customers, please, you gotta tip. I don't know why you think or why you feel like it's a good thing to have food delivered to you or whatever it is and not pay for the tip. If you look, I'm an American, you're an American, I assume. If I could afford it, I would have everything I wanted delivered to me. I would never have to cook food again. I would, whatever, if I could afford it. But what I mean by afford it is it's not just buying the item, you're having it delivered to you. So what happens is someone like me gets contracted out to go pick up your item, wait for your item to be prepared and made and done, then drive it to you. And I don't think you guys understand. It's not like we're already at that business. Like back in the day when there wasn't all these delivery services, the only thing that you could have delivered was pizza, right? Well, the pizza man, he would always go back to home base. Always go back to home base. Like it, it's a lot different. I'll give you an example. Now, if a dash comes into me, um, I may get a dash that pops up, right? If I want to keep my platinum status, I can't decline that dash. Now, there's a lot of people that decline that dash. So, what you need to think about is when it pops up for us, if it automatically shows us what we are minimally going to get. So that means what you guys are tipping us. If it shows $2 or $3, I guarantee you, you have been declined by at least a handful of other dashers by the time it gets to someone like me, someone nice enough that just is trying to do good, and we just hope that, hey, like, okay, maybe this person is just going to give you cash when you get there, right? Um, but we don't know that. And we don't know that until we get to the house. And for me, I'll give you an example. Today, I had a customer, there was no tip. Um, I accepted it anyway. Um, and as I'm about to pull up, I turn the GPS off and I see that it says, tip will be paid in cash on delivery. Well, I gave him his food. He went back in, and back out twice to deal with his dog, all this and that. I'm sitting here thinking, maybe he forgot. I don't know what's going on. I sat in the driveway for a minute. Maybe he would think, like, why isn't this guy leaving? Oh, I put that I was going to give him a tip in cash. Anyway, that didn't happen. So basically, he got his food delivered to him without paying anything extra. Now, we're not working for the businesses. That's what I want you customers to understand. We're not working for the restaurant that you're ordering from. We're working for ourselves. So, if you want your food faster, for it to still be hot, a lot of times you customers have a lot of requests for us dashers, like, hey, can you please get some napkins or extra silverware, or hey, can you please get some ketchup, or hey, can you change my drink order? It's like, and then we have to make sure all the items are in there, but now we can't even really do that because they tape all the bags shut, so we can't open the bags. We just have to feel the bags. So I just want you customers to understand, if you have something delivered to you, you're not having it delivered to you by the company. That company is basically subcontracting us out to bring you your order. And when I say that, I want you to understand time, okay? That plays a major part. So let's say a dash pops up on my phone, right? Well, I could be 15 minutes from that actual store. So I accept the dash. I have to drive 15 minutes to the restaurant, store, wherever it is that you ordered it from. And almost 99% of the time, it's never ready when I get there. I don't just walk in and walk right out because it's ready. I usually have to wait. And I would say average wait is 5 minutes. But I've had to wait 30 minutes before. I've had to wait 15. I've had to wait even longer than 30 minutes. So let's just say we'll knock the 15-minute drive down to 10. Let's say it takes me 10 minutes with traffic and all that kind of stuff to get from where I previously was, like let's say a residential area, just dropped off someone else's food and I have to drive 10 minutes to the business. Then I get in there and I have to wait a minimum to 5 to 10 minutes. We'll just say 10 minutes. That's 20 minutes right there. And then this is where I think you customers are only thinking. You're thinking, how far is it from the business to my home? Most of the time, it's at least 15 minutes. It's very rare, although I'm seeing it more often because more and more people are just getting more and more lazy and all this and that, to where it's just right around the corner or a couple blocks away. But most of the time, we'll just say an average of probably about 15 minutes. And usually Sometimes it's longer. Sometimes DoorDash sends me out of my zone. So let's just say it takes 15 minutes to get there, 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to wait. That's 20 to 25 minutes before I even pick up your food. Then it takes 15 minutes to get to your house. That's 30 to 40 minutes average that it's going to take for most deliveries. If it shows that there's no tip, think about how much longer you are going to wait, because it's a dasher is going to see that and go, no tip. I'm not going to do this. This is a waste of time, gas, and all this other stuff when I could be potentially getting other dashes that actually tip. And there are people that do that. Like, I talk to so many other dashers, okay? And we all have said the same thing. I don't understand why, but it seems like the wealthier the people are, the less they tip. I almost feel bad because it's the middle class and the poor people seem to tip the best. Like, you pull up to a house and the house could be falling apart and there could be broken cars in their yard, trash everywhere, and sometimes they're giving you $15, $20 tips, and you almost feel bad to just even take that. But then you get like a $2, $3, $4, $5 tip for a $60 or $70 order that took you 45 minutes to even from start to finish of you receiving it, and you go into a very wealthy neighborhood, a almost mansion, at least 3 or 4 bedroom, 3 bath house with an awesome car in the driveway, no trash anywhere, no trash on the streets, nothing like that, and they give you so little. If not, sometimes they don't even give you anything at all. So customers, I want you to just please listen. Just please understand. We rely on you. We're not doing this because we just have fun and we just want to help people get their food and fill their bellies. No, we're doing it to pay bills, right? We're doing it to make money. We're doing it because either A, this is what we have to do in order for us until we can find another job, something more stable. In this economy, we need to be making at the bare minimum at least $20 an hour. So if we theoretically we should be able to do at least 3 dashes in 1 hour, okay? So if we can do 3 dashes in 1 hour and each person tipped around $10, that would be a good night. If that happened for the whole night, the whole shift that we worked, that would be about between $20 to $30 an hour. That would be enough for us to be able to pay our bills, have a place to live, have food for ourselves, and all of that. But if you guys aren't tipping, or we're only getting $2, $3, or $5, and we can only do 2, maybe 3 dashes in an hour, in an ideal world, it's possible to do 4 dashes in an hour, but that's only if you get lucky. Like, that's if you go to a place and you just happen to have 2 dashes to pick up and they're almost in the same neighborhood to drop them off at. And you get lucky with that. And that only happens with pizza places like Papa John's or Pizza Hut sometimes. But that we can't rely on that. So at the most 3 dashes an hour. So in those 3 dashes, like, we really need to be making at least, like, per dash, like, between $8 to $10. Um, but it's a convenience for you. Like, you don't have to get out and go get this and all this and that. Now, look, if you want your food hotter, if you want to pay less money, if you want better service, then you could go out and get your own food yourself. But you're paying us to come pick up your food, get everything that you want, then we get judged, we get rated, we have all these systems where you guys can, like, basically give us stars and ratings and how well we do and leave comments and all this stuff. And we can't do that for you. We can't go, okay, well, uh, I want to give this person a rating, or hey, can you notify this person that from start to finish this took me 45 minutes to an hour and I had to do all of this extra stuff. Or they sent me a message after I already picked it up and I had to go back to the store and pick them up some extra barbecue sauce just so they could have that. Or, oh, they changed their mind, and they want a lemonade instead of a tea. That happened today. Like, look, it's not our fault if you guys placed the order wrong. We're just the delivery driver, but you're treating us like we're working for that restaurant or business that you're having us pick your food or whatever it is up from, and we're not. That's what you need to understand. Like, we should never receive bad ratings on things like that. Now, yes, if your food has been opened, and that's the reason why they're taping bags shut, because us drivers, we don't want to get blamed or called out for like someone saying that we went through their stuff. That's why we have to take pictures every time that we leave an order at their door to cover our end. But look, like, customers, please understand, learn how to tip. Like, it's not based off just solely off of how much you order. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you order from McDonald's and your order's on like $10, right? Okay, well, you may think a $1 or $2 tip is good, but if you live 15 or 20 minutes away, you're not thinking about, well, okay, it took this person 10 minutes to drive to that McDonald's. Then once we were in that McDonald's, we have to wait for your food. And let me tell you, we have to wait every time we go somewhere. There's nowhere we could go in there where almost 98% of the time where we could just go in and, like, oh, it's ready, and we go. We are waiting for your food. That's time wasted. We're waiting for your food. Then we have to drive 15 minutes to your house. So we just wasted more than a half an hour to get your $10 item food for $2. Do you, like, let's do the math. Would you want to be doing a delivery job knowing that you're getting paid? Let's say you get 2 of those and you have to do those, and you only and in that hour you have 2 deliveries, and you have 2 McDonald's deliveries that take you 30 minutes each, and both of those deliveries are only $2 or $3. Trust me, it happens. Like tonight, all night, nobody was tipping. And at the most, I was getting $3 per delivery. I was making $6 an hour. Do you guys understand? Like, that is not a livable, that is not going to get you anywhere. That's not even going to be enough gas to cover that whole hour of working. And a lot of us dashers are dashing because we're either We have to be making money because we have to pay bills somehow, and we're trying to find another job, or we're waiting, or something's going on, or maybe they're um, a parent. I'm fortunate enough I don't have kids, never been married, but maybe they're a parent, right? And they're trying to get their kids birthday presents or Christmas presents or whatever it is. That's like, you don't know why people are door dashing, but so many people are door dashing these days. And if you as a customer can't afford or understand that you're not just paying for your food, but if you want it delivered to you too, you need to pay for that delivery service. If you cannot pay, like, to have your food delivered, you should not be having delivery. Go get it yourself. Like, I don't understand why customers don't understand this. It's like only the poor and the middle class understand how to tip. Rich people, maybe that's why you are rich, is because you're so stingy with money, but I'm not the only one that says this. Like, the more wealthy you are, the less you tip. You don't tip very well. So that is point number one. Like, please, customers, learn how to tip. Like, today, I don't know what the deal was. Maybe because it was Valentine's Day the day before, maybe people spent way too much money, but nobody was tipping. Nobody. I'm out here delivering orders basically for free, wasting gas and time. And for what? Like, do you think that I'm getting paid by the hour to do this? No, I'm getting paid by the job. So please, Dashers, understand, or not Dashers, customers, understand how to tip. If you're going to have something delivered, you're paying a third party. You're paying a separate party to bring you your stuff and bring you your stuff how you want it, and things that you maybe forgot to add on or whatever the case is, but you want it hot, right? You want us to put it in a bag. You want us to bring you utensils, or you want us to bring you extra barbecue sauce, or you want us to make sure the drinks are in there. You want to make sure that there's extra sauce packets, whatever it is. That's not our, like, we do that because we have to, because you make us. But ultimately, that's the restaurant that has all that information. We don't have that information until after we pick it up. So please understand that. Customers, learn how to tip, please. Like, this is getting absurd. Like, you know how hard it is to live this nowadays. I mean, if you cannot tip at least $5 for a delivery, then don't have delivery. Don't have someone go and get your food and bring it to you. And especially if you are ordering something that you know is more than 15 miles away and you don't tip. Imagine, 15 miles does not mean 15 minutes. 15 miles means about 30 minutes, because you're going to hit lights, you're going to hit traffic, you're going to hit stop signs. You're not going to be on the highway the whole time. There's so many factors. Every time on GPS, when it shows you the miles and it shows you the minutes are always double the miles. Why is that? Because you're not going 60 miles an hour the whole time. You're driving through rural streets. You're driving through streets where you have to stop every couple of minutes, or there's a stoplight or a stop sign, or there's traffic, or there's stupid idiots driving out there on the road that don't know how to drive. Just think about that. Just because the business is 10 miles away, double that. That's how much time it's going to take. If it's 10 miles away, it's going to take 20 miles to get it to you. And that's as soon as we're leaving the store. Right? Keep that in mind. Now, the second thing I want to talk about. Now, something strange is going on with DoorDash, and I've been calling them, I don't know how many times, and it's getting really ridiculous. Their calculation system is messed up. Okay, to put it to you, to give you an example, in the last 30 days, I have done over 250 dashes. Now, we get rated on everything, and how we keep our status at platinum, silver, gold, all that kind of stuff. All that plays a factor, right? But acceptance is where things are getting wonky. Now, out of 250 dashes in the last 30 days, they go back 100 dashes. So, out of the last 100 dashes, that means I can deny 30 of those in 30 days. That means I would be able to deny one dash every day for a month. Now, the number is never raising, it's always lowering. Anytime you accept a dash and you complete it, the number's not going up. It's staying the same. But as soon as you decline a dash, it goes down 1%. This is where I have an issue with this situation. They're forcing people to do things. Now, I got screwed, right? I get a dash, which they only count as one, because you went to one business, but you picked up 2 separate customers, 2 different drop-off locations. They count that as one dash. How or why, that does not make any sense to me. It's not fair at all. But the first dash was in my zone. The second one was 15, almost 20 minutes out of the zone that I was in, into downtown Kansas City. I'm doing a totally different area. So I leave my zone, like the area I'm working, and go 15 minutes out of my zone. And after I drop it off, the app then says, would you like to switch zones and stay here, or would you like to not and go back to your zone? I hit no, I don't want to switch zones. I want to go back to my zone, which was going to take another 15 to 20 minutes to get there. Almost 2 minutes after I hit no, I'm not switching zones, I get sent a DoorDash order in the zone I was at that I told them that I did not want to do. I said, no, I don't want to switch zones. I don't want to do this zone. If I wanted to do this zone, I would have been here and said, hey, I want to do the zone. They deducted a percentage on my acceptance because of that. That is no fault of my own. How is that my fault? I said, no, I don't want to switch zones. It was going to take me 20 minutes to get back just in the square zone that I was originally dashing at. So they took a percentage off. Because I didn't accept a dash that I would have had to go pick up in a different area, a different zone, like 15 minutes out of the area that I was already in downtown Kansas City, and then have to deliver it even more south to the house, which looked like it was probably about 15 or 20 minutes more southeast of my original zone that I was at. So if I would have completed that dash, it would have taken me more than 30 minutes just to get back to my zone. And I get deducted a accepting point, which means in order to stay at platinum level, you have to be above 70% accepting rating. Which means, like I was saying, out of your last 100 dashes, you can deny at least 30 of them. I've done 250 dashes completed in the last 30 days. That acceptance rating is not raising. If you other dashers out there are noticing this, please leave a comment. Let me know, because this is just insane. All I ever do is see it just decreasing. It's never raising. And I don't deny dashes. Like, if I'm out of a zone, yeah, I'm going to deny it. But it's not like I'm doing that so often. I'm not doing that once a day. Okay, to put it into another perspective, I was stuck at a certain percentage after I called and bitched at DoorDash. I called them 5 times and reported it and said, hey, please, someone needs to address this situation. I was at this certain percentage. After I got done talking to them, I then went out, did not decline or deny any dashes after that, and did at least 7 more dashes before I called it a night. Then I got up this morning, and for 2 hours I did at least 10 more dashes, did not decline not one dash. So that's at least 17 dashes. Then I did more dashes just previously before getting on right now, and I did probably at least, and I don't even know, at least 10 more dashes. I declined one dash. So out of the 25 to 30 dashes that I did in that meantime, from last night when I called and talked to him till now, my acceptance never raised, ever. But I declined one dash and it went down 1%. Please explain that to me. How is that not something wrong going on there? It's like, oh, hey, everybody, work as hard as you can and do everything you can and get to that platinum level, get to the highest level, get to that peak. But as soon as you get there, we're going to do all we can to keep knocking you back down, to keep trying to make you go back. What the hell's going on? Because what that did today, when you're a platinum level, you can dash whenever you want. You don't have to schedule. You don't have to wait for your zone to turn red. And what that did is I was scheduled from 5 to 9 o'clock because they had a promo going on. I completed one dash. As soon as I completed it, it was 8:35. It ended my dash. I was supposed to go till 9 o'clock. And I called them and I go, what the hell's going on? I noticed I couldn't even hit dash now because guess what? I dropped on my tier from platinum to silver. How is that even possible? After doing 250 dashes in the last 30 days, how is that even possible? So look, if anyone's watching this far, please, if anyone knows even what to do, I called. I tried to even talk to the supervisor. The supervisor hung up on me because she didn't want to listen to me. I said, I already know what you're going to tell me. Yes, if you deny a dash, it takes literally 2 seconds for them to deduct the percentage. But if you accept a dash, it takes several days before your percentage raises. That's what bullshit they tell you. But she wasn't listening. I said, it's not just that. There's some sort of technical issue going on. I'm like, explain to me. Why don't, I'm like, she's like, well, we don't manually count. I'm like, why not? Go back and manually count. Look at my history. Look at my last 100 dashes. Look at how many I declined and look at how many I did. Guarantee you, I'd be in the 90% or higher. I don't decline dashes unless it's just ridiculous. So listen, dashers, if you have any advice or whatever on that situation, please let me know. I try to help dashers as much as possible. I put tips and tricks. You can check out that video. How to help you become, do better dashing, hopefully make more money. But this situation has just got me baffled. Like customers not knowing how to tip, and then this they rely on this computer-based system that ends up screwing you. So what do? Like, it's messing with your money. Like, if you drop tiers, you make less money. Not only that, you can't just dash now. Also, you don't get more opportunity for higher paying dashes, which I've noticed. That's why I'm seeing a lot more people with no tips. Anyway, look, I'm gonna stop rambling now, but if you guys know anything, if you guys agree with me, if you guys have run into the same issues, customers, if you wanted to know more, like how it works, like what you should be tipping, like just leave a comment, let me know. Like, it's not just about how much time it takes to get from the business you ordered from to your house. It's everything else. It's everything else. And if you are a night owl, if you're not a night owl, welcome back. And hopefully you stay around. Subscribe, like, comment. Please subscribe, especially. Until then, I'll catch you guys hopefully again sometime soon.